I can as well put it on the group page. And so we are all able to watch it at our different places, or we keep watching it in bits because there's so many videos that can educate us. So good morning once again, and welcome to the full session. Today, we're going to be looking at human factors to organic conversion and what is organic agriculture, what are the principles of organic agriculture. This is what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to talk about the overall objective in a few minutes. We're going to look at what is organic agriculture. There's going to be a lot of activities in this session, which it's not just a training that someone is just going to be bombarding us with information. It's going to be interactive. We're going to learn from you. You're going to learn from us. We are all experts. We are already doing a lot from our different establishments. So we're just coming together to put everything into the right perspective, so to speak. So we're also going to look at the sustainability aims. How do we look at organic to be sustainable? It's not all organic practitioners that are sustainable. What they're doing might not be sustainable. What makes an organic farm or organic production sustainable? We're going to then go into the factors hindering conversion to organic agriculture. This we're going to do a plenary section, and we're going to discuss, and then we move to discuss the challenges hindering full conversion to organic agriculture. This is going to take us a while because we're going to discuss about it. Then we're going to have question and answer time. We're going to have exercise and instruction for the week, which is very important. And after that, we're going to have a presentation from college staff, which is going to tell us what we are to do in this course more, and what we are going to do after this course for those who at the end of the day are able to scale through, who are able to do all the assignments and everything and fulfill all the requirements. So staff from college will be presenting all this instruction to us today at the end of today. Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen, and then we'll go to today's session. Like I said, welcome to everybody. I would like to use 1 minute also to send a reminder on the group page to tell everybody that the session has started so that they can join. I wonder, people are saying that it's telling them a different date, but people are already using the same login. So yeah, Sam, thank you so much for telling them. Use the link. They should use the link that they received on the email, probably while copying something else has been tampered with, while copying from the email to the WhatsApp. Okay, so we will start the day, and I would like to share my screen. So you see, we have quite a lot to do today. Okay. Okay, good. So our topic, like I said today, we'll be looking at what is organic agriculture, the principles of organic agriculture, and the human factors of conversion to organic farming. What are the human factors? What are the things that can affect people from actually converting to organic agriculture? My name is Olaumi Benedict. I remain your trainer with my co-trainer, Ricky, on this training for the next 4 weeks. Okay, so we move on to the training information. So what's the agenda? I've talked about the agenda already. So we move on to the objective of the training. What is the objective of this topic that we are looking at? We're going to have different topics for the 4 weeks. So this week, what is that objective of it? Well, the first objective is to understand the principles of organic agriculture. The second objective is to know the main motivations and obstacles that influence the conversion to organic farming. The third objective of this week is to assess your own values, motivation, and barriers to conversion, which you're going to do in the assignment. You're going to look at your own establishment or your own organization, and you're going to be able to evaluate it correctly. Then fourth, you're going to compare your personal values with the principles of organic farming, success, failure of conversion. This is what you're going to do in the assignment also. And then you're going to understand the regulatory framework governing organic farming. So the module has been divided into 2 sessions, today's session and Thursday's session. Thursday's session is going to be more of reporting back on the assignment. And then we'll have the objective 5, understanding the regulatory framework governing organic farming. So that's what we do on Thursday. So everybody has to be present on Thursday because we are all going to see how we're going to present in the different groups that we're going to put us into. So we go straight to the sequence 1. What is organic farming? What is organic farming? So I would like us to put in the group chats, in the Zoom chats, in your own words, what is organic agriculture? Just type in the session, what is organic agriculture to you? For me, I'm going to also type. So everybody, please get into your typing. That's why I said this training is interactive. It's not just the trainer that will be speaking. We are all going to be speaking and be interacting in this training. So what is organic agriculture to you? So to me, I would say that I am waiting. We have just 2 minutes to do this exercise. Can we all hear me? Am I audible enough? Yeah. Chido, thank you. You said no chemicals on synthetic fertilizer. Thank you, Leslie. Farming without the use of chemical fertilizer. Columbus, organic agriculture is a production of crops and livestock without the use of synthetic inputs. Fuseni, you raised your hand. Can you unmute yourself and speak for 1 second? Do you have a challenge or what is the situation? Please keep dropping, keep typing, keep typing, keep typing. Keep typing. Keep typing, keep typing, keep typing. Keep typing. Organic farming is production of healthy and good quality agricultural output without compromising the quality of soil, microorganisms, and the entire ecosystem. Thank you. Who else is dropping? Who else is typing? I wonder also why people are saying they're having difficulty. People are telling me they are having difficulty joining the session. Telling them people are already on the session. So I'm just trying to paste again the Zoom link to the group page. Sorry about this mix-up. I don't know why people keep saying they have issues. Okay. So keep typing. So Hannah said organic farming is a system of farming without the use of inorganic compounds. Thank you. Okay. So we move on. Please, you can call your colleagues and tell them that mails, they should have gotten a lot of notification and they should use what was sent in the different notification for them. Okay, so we move on. What is organic agriculture? Organic agriculture is a production system that sustains the health of the soil, the ecosystem, and the people. If you look at this definition, you see that the soil comes first, before the ecosystem, before the people. So organic agriculture is very critical production system that depends so much on what the soil looks like. How is the soil? What is the health status of the soil? Then the ecosystem, we know that the ecosystem is large. We know that the ecosystem is huge. So organic agriculture looks at how to sustain the health of the ecosystem and then the people. That is why we have this slogan that says healthy soil gives healthy plants, gives healthy people. And so this slogan starts from the soil. So if the soil is not healthy, it cannot produce healthy crops. If a soil is not healthy, it cannot produce healthy plants. If a soil is not healthy, then the food that the people will eat will be contaminated and the people will have issues also with their health. So it's a chain that is indivisible. You can't divide the health of the soil and say that you're going to use inorganic elements, and then this inorganic element you don't it doesn't matter to you, but the people that wants to consume the food, they should be healthy. This system cannot work. So the health of the soil is very important. Once the health of the soil is sustained, the people that will consume the food also, their health will be sustained. So this is the definition of organic agriculture. It relies on ecological process, biodiversity, cycles adapted to local conditions, and the use of on-farm and local inputs. Organic agriculture combines tradition, innovation, and science to benefit the shared environment and promote fair relationship and good quality of life for all involved. This is a definition that has been put together by IFOM Organics International since 2007. So we can see that organic agriculture is not static. Organic agriculture is evolving. It involves traditional knowledge, it involves innovation, new knowledge, it involves science and technology. So we combine everything together. We think of the present, we think of the past, and we use the two together to make sure that our system, whatever we are doing in the sector, is working for us. We can see from the diagram where my cursor is that organic agriculture does not use synthetic products. The livestock, we don't give them antibiotics and additive. when you talk of organic agriculture, you do preventive pest and disease management. You don't wait till when you see the pests. You don't wait till when you see the disease in your crop before you start managing them. That's why in organic agriculture, we say that the farmer must have a pest or disease management plan. How do you plan to take care of the crops? It uses both traditional and scientific knowledge. It excludes genetically modified organisms. No GMO seeds or organisms are allowed in organic agriculture. It improves soil fertility. This is one big topic that we embrace so much in organic agriculture. Soil fertility. Always you have to improve the soil. Always you have to improve the soil. I hear a lot of farmers who do, cash crop. They don't apply anything to the soil because they feel it's cash crop. No, whether you're doing avocado, you're doing papaya, you're doing mango, you have to improve the soil because the crop is taking a lot from the soil every year. So you have to add something back to the soil. You have to replenish the soil. You have to improve the soil all the time. So you also, organic agriculture helps us to use local recycling of nutrients. Things that are available within our region, we are able to use it. Fair share to all market partners, stabilizing agro ecosystem. These are many more are the benefits that organic agriculture helps us to do. Then the organic concept of how to farm, produce, and process food is globally regulated by a range of very similar regulations and standards. So you cannot say, I am doing organic agriculture and I'm going to do it my own way. There is no your own way. It is an agreed way of doing things. Even though you can use your own formula, you can use your own preparation, you can formulate different things. But if you want to be able to sell at the global level, then you must follow a standard, or you must follow standards. You must follow a regulation. You must conform to a way of doing things by which everybody has agreed to. Okay, so we move on. We're going to watch this video. I'm going to see, that's the video that we were watching for those who came early. So I will copy the link and also send to the group page so that we can watch it. So we go now to the principles of organic agriculture. We have 4 principles in organic agriculture. We have the principle of health, which is very standing for us. We have the principle of ecology, we have the principle of care, we have the principle of fairness. I always tell people that a lot of people in organic agriculture, they always fulfill all this, the 3 principles, but the principle of fairness is one thing that it's always difficult for them to follow. So we look at the principle of health. What does it say? What does the principle of health say? The principle of health focuses strictly on the health of the soil, the health of the crop, and the health of the animals and the people. It is a system that, like I said before, it is indivisible. You cannot divide the health of the soil from the health of the people or the health of the plant. It is indivisible. Everything works together. So we have to make sure that whatever we are using in this system, organic agriculture, whatever we are doing, it helps to improve the health of the soil. The role of organic agriculture, whether in farming, processing, distribution, even for those who are distributing or even for consumption, is to sustain and embrace the health of the ecosystem and the organism. At no point should you jeopardize the health of the crop, the health of the soil, or the health of the people in this system. And then in particular, organic agriculture is intended to produce high quality, nutritious food that contributes to preventive health care and well-being of the people. So organic agriculture, we will see that through organic agriculture, there can be low issues of health challenges among the populace, we can begin to see that if everybody turns to organic agriculture, probably we can reduce some of the increase in the health challenges that we are having all over the world. Then we look at the principle of ecology. It's strictly improving soil fertility, using local recycling of materials, what you have available in your environment. The last training that we were doing, we're discussing about a lot of people import some microorganisms to their farm from another country. And we're saying that if you import microorganisms from another country, how sustainable is that also? How are we sure that these microorganisms that we import from other countries, especially from developed countries into Africa, how are we sure that at the end of the day, it's not going to compromise the microorganisms in our own ecosystem already? So organic agriculture should be based on living ecological system and circles, and work with them. It should work with them. It should emulate them, and it should sustain them. So if any practice that does not sustain the ecology, the ecosystem, if there's any system that does not emulate them, that does not try to look like them, then it's not organic agriculture that person is practicing. Then the principle of care. The principle of care says that traditional and new scientific knowledge are used. No use of genetically modified organisms. In this system, we see that everybody must be responsible. You must be responsible. You must manage your system in a precautionary manner. You must protect the health and the well-being of the current situation or the current generation, and also look forward to the future generation and see that, whatever I am doing, it will impact on another generation. It will impact on another system. It will impact on the larger ecosystem. Our farms are a smaller unit of ecosystem in a larger unit of ecosystem. So whatever we're doing in that space is going to affect the larger ecosystem. And that's why one of the challenges we have now, that people are not trying to put together, that what we do in our small farms is affecting climate change on the global level. So we talk about the principle of fairness. When we talk about the principle of fairness, we say that organic agriculture should be built on relationships that ensure fairness with regards to the common environment and life opportunities. Fairness to your partners, fairness to your workers, fairness to the consumers, fairness to the government, fairness to even yourself. Fairness is also characterized by equity, respect, justice, stewardship, reward, shared word, gender balance, gender equity, both among the people and even within the organisms that we cannot see. There has to be fairness in all that we do. These four principles guides our production system in organic agriculture. And so anything that you want to do, any practice that you want to use, it has to fall into this four principle. If you're doing anything and you look at it, does it going to help this four principle? Is it going to benefit this four principle? Is it going to enhance this four principle? If it's not going to, then that practice or that method needs to change. We're going to do a quick exercise. We're going to look at sustainable organic agriculture. In sustainable organic agriculture, the system must be economical, it must be social, and it must be ecological sustainable. For any practice, if these three aims are not fulfilled, that system cannot be sustainable. It has to be economically sustainable, it has to be socially sustainable, it has to be ecologically sustainable. So I'm going to copy this link, and I'll put it on the chat. What you need to do is just click on it, And then you look at your establishment and you try to look at one thing that you do that will categorize you that your establishment or your organization is ecologically sustainable. One thing that you do that your organization is socially sustainable. One thing that you do that your organization is economically sustainable. So just click on that link that I've put on the group chat and answer the question. It will take you into another page, and then just click as you're writing on the page. I will see it at my hand here. So click on that link and then write those 3 points out. Let's do this in the next 5 minutes, please. Let's look at the different answers that let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. How many of us are already on Padlet? Are we trying it? It's also good to get used to this training. Technology is what is driving now. We can all see that even organic agriculture uses technology. So right now we have to be able to use technology to drive a lot of things. So also you can use these tools in your training session, even within your organization, and people can interact while you are doing training. They can also give their opinion. So Padlet, anybody can have a Padlet account. It's free. All you need to do is register on it, and then it's good to go. Even as an organization, you can have a Padlet account. So please write, and let it be short, 3 words or 4 words, and just submit, click on it, type. We're waiting. 5 minutes is going. We have quite a lot to discuss. I'm waiting. If you cannot go on Padlet, you can put in the group chats. You can put in a group chat. If I can see that some people are trying to write. If you cannot go on Padlet, just put it on the group chat. I will read it out. I have not seen anyone that has tried it, and our time is running out. Okay. We will have to go back to what we are discussing. Can you all hear me, please? I need a reaction to this.
Hello. I tried to open the Padlet, but it's asking me sustainability aims.
Yeah, so you're just supposed to type on it. That's the sustainability aim that we are talking about. You're just supposed to type on it. That's the topic that we are looking at, sustainability aim. How sustainable is your establishment in terms of the ecological aim, social aim, and economic aim? So that's what we're looking at. So we go back to our discussion, and then please permit me to stop sharing the screen and then come back to share the screen again. Because that actually took me away from the screen that I was using. Okay. So 1 minute, sorry about that. Okay, so let me go back to share my screen now. Okay. Okay. So yeah, even in my mail, if you keep typing it, I will get it. Somebody has dropped, so I can see it in my mail. That's the beauty of this tool, that even if you link it to you, as in you have to link it to your email while the training is going on, you can be seeing what people are dropping in your mail. Fuseni said the use of non-synthetic for the cultivation of crops. And so what you have not done is you have not linked that to, you need to link that to which aim. Columbus said economic employment creation, improvement of financial status, business growth, social, healthy food, and healthy people. Thank you so much. Okay, so we move on to the next information that we need to talk about. So this is the, can we all see my screen, please? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can see it. Yes, we can see it.
Thank you. So this is the sustainability aim, economic aim, the ecological aims, and the social aims. There are many more of different objectives that can fit into these different aims, but these are just examples that I've given here. If you look at the ecological aim, there's biodiversity. There should be biodiversity in your farm if your farm has to be sustainable. There has to be a functioning ecosystem if your farm has to be sustainable ecologically. It has to be stable. There has to be stability plan if your farm has to be ecologically sustainable. If you look at the social aims, it means also that it's fulfilling local needs. So the farm is not just for export, you are also providing growing food for the local people. So you are not just focusing on export, you are focusing on both local and for export, because the people in your community have to eat, and they have to eat healthy food. There's regional self-sufficiency in food stuff. So if you're sending everything to developed countries, what are we feeding on? If our avocado is organic, but our maize is inorganic, maize is what we eat in Africa. So if our cassava is inorganic, if our millet and our sorghum and our beans is inorganic, but our avocado, our papaya is organic, then it means that we are not regionally self-sufficient in food stuff. So our social aim, even while designing our enterprise, that though I am going to do export, we must design it in such a way that we are providing food for our region, for our community. Then also self-provided workforce. Your workforce, how are you treating them? What are their benefits? How are they working? What is their relationship with the owner of the farm? Are they enjoying their work? Are you also looking at the government's social responsibilities? Are you doing all this in your establishment? This and many more are things that will make your establishment or your farm socially sustainable. Economic sustainability, it means that it should be economic efficiency. You must not be dependent on donor. You must not, it must be sustainable. You must have a short, medium and long-term plan, that you'll be able to see which crop I'm supposed to plant so that I can have short-term benefit, the medium-term benefit, and the long-term benefit. So you have a circle of different crops that gives you space at different times of the year so that your system can be sustainable. So we're going to go into a breakout room session. Ricky, while I'm explaining, can you please divide the group into a breakout room session of 4 groups, group of health, group of ecology, group of care, and group of fairness. In this breakout room, what we are going to do is we are going to link the similarities of the sustainable aims to the principles of organic agriculture. What are the things that we have under the sustainable aims? Each of them, the 3 aims, which of them is replicable to health, the principle of health? Which of them is replicable to the principle of ecology? Which of them is replicable to the principle of care? Which of them is replicable to the principle of fairness? And we discussed this in a different Zoom breakout room session. And then we are going to come in back here and we are going to have each one to present for 1 minute what has been discussed. Please, Ricky, can you please break out us to breakout room session? Hello, Ricky. Are you with us?
Yeah, the rooms are already open.
You said?
The rooms are already open.
Yeah. Is it automatic?
And people are joining.
People are joining. Please, can you go to your rooms? If you don't leave this place, it's also telling us that you are not following us. That's just the implication. It means that you are on the Zoom session, but you are not following the training. So you have to join your group. And I still have 4 people in this room: Hannah, Eunice, Cletus, and Sam. Ricky, Cletus is saying he's not getting any alerts to join a room. Eunice, you raised your hand.
I'm unable to leave the Zoom to join the breakout room.
Ricky, did you please assign Eunice to any room? Can you
Eunice is in room 1.
Eunice, you are in room 1, so you should have gotten the alerts.
I didn't get it. That's why I raised my hand.
Okay. Ricky, can you please reassign her to room 1?
She's already in room 1. I don't see, from this end, it shows that she's in the room, but she has not joined. So she just needs to accept the.
Someone is.
Just look at your.
So I'm going to leave this page. Someone is asking for a help in room 4. So please, I'm going to join room 4. Hello. Hello. Husseini, there should be Zarifa. I don't know who Samsung is. Can you unmute yourself and start discussion?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Samsung A225.
So you need to change, Godwin, you need to please change that name to Godwin so that we can all see. But okay, I'm here. You asked for help, and that's why I came into this room to help.
Yeah, I'm not getting the the breakout this thing there.
The question.
I'm not getting. They have put me in room 4, room 4, but I've not seen any question asked over there.
So
know.
room 4 should be, you should look at the principle of care. So when you look at the principle of care, what is that principle? What are the things that in the sustainability aim that relates with the principle of care? So you are linking the principle of care with sustainability aims. And the sustainability aims are either social, ecological, or economics. So in these three aims, which one is linked to the principle of care?
Well.
So you have to discuss among yourself. I just came in to
Okay.
here, but to discuss among yourself. So you can go on discussing.
Okay. Thank you very much. And
Hannah, you are supposed to go. You are not with us. This is a sign. Sam, you are also. Sam, Hannah.
Hello.
You are supposed to go. They assigned you to a breakout room, but I'm going to reassign you now.
Okay. Because if I'm trying
I
to
have
join
reassigned you. So you should just go to the room that you have been assigned to.
the moment I enter join now, it will send me back to my normal screen.
Because
I don't know why.
you have 2 devices that is on. You logged in twice. So I can see you on 2 devices here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So please, can you please cancel it? Because anytime I enter the join on my screen, it will bring me back. So unless I rejoin the group again.
Okay, I see the one you are talking on now. That's the one that, let me see if I can remove you. Remove this one. Okay. So I have left the one you are. Can you hear me, Hannah?
Yes, please.
Okay, so now you should be in room 3. So join. I have assigned you to room 3. Sam, you are in room 3. Move to room 3. Anna, move to room 3.
That we need to consider as well.
The push and pull fertilizer.
I mean, I'm saying
Hello?
it's push and
Hello, Ricky.
the right nutrient. And if you are looking at these similarities under each principle, if the soil is healthy, I think it transcends to all other the ecology as well, and then the care for humans. So the soil should have its important nutrients, which you can use composting, natural manure to keep the soil healthy, and also the soil should be free from pesticides or fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, so that its health is not affected to affect the fruits and then to affect the humans who consume it, and also to avoid bush burning that will cause loss of some important nutrients in the soil, which will affect the fruit, and then if humans consume it, can also affect the ecology as well. I think that's what we'll be able to come out with. If
Thank you.
you understood.
Yeah. So room two. Room two. Room two. Who is presenting for us in room two?
I am presenting on ecology.
Okay.
Mhm. All right, on ecology, we discussed that the key areas that we need to look at is the protection of the environment, which leads to the protection of all the microorganisms in the soils, and also conserving the soil itself, and conserving the water as well. So we dealt with the introduction of soil covers like dead and live mulching, which actually prevent the impact of the rains on the soil and also conserve the soil moisture, which actually promotes the health of the microorganisms in the soil, and also reduce the impact of weeds on the crops that we have. Then we also looked at the ways of stopping erosion by putting in land designs and contour ridges, and possibly do some sink pits to help the water to percolate instead of being washed away. Then also the need for us to replenish the soil health, which is lost due to nutrient mining by crops and other activities. So in that, we're going to use the composts, we're going to do the agroforestry and regeneration of the soils through planting of legumes and practicing minimum tillage. Yeah, I think basically that's what we had.
Thank you so much. See, when we interact like that, of course, there is always brainstorming, looking at things from different angles also. So room three, who is presenting for us? Room three.
Room 3, I was alone, and by the time I knew what I'm supposed to do, there was less than a minute to go, and I was still starting to brainstorm on my own. So I can definitely say I really don't have much to present.
Okay, so you can, at any point in time, you can put it in the group chat, or you can put it on our WhatsApp group. I mean, we keep interacting on this topic because this topic is going to translate to even your assignment for the week and transit to the end of the training session, the 4th week, because sustainability is very important, and that's where economics, everybody will want to make money. So that's very important to understand how these links are with each other. Okay, room 4, who is presenting in room 4? Room 4? Room 4, who is presenting? We don't have anyone from room 4 who was here. Great. One thing that we also need to notice, attendance is taken at the end of the session. So if you come in during the session and you leave, your attendance will be marked down until we close, except those who give up will have one issue or the other and give notification up for it. That's those who we considered. And the attendance is important for your certificates. Okay, so we move on. We go to sequence 2, the human factor to conversion to organic agriculture. What are the things that the human things that deny us from converting? What are the human issues that will be raised or that has been raised or that we are facing that will deprive us from truly converting to full organic scale? So we're going to look at them. So in our homework, this is a discussion. We're just going to use 5 minutes, but our time is already spent. We're not going to use 3 minutes to discuss. What are the things that we think that are the human factors that are hindering conversion to organic agriculture? Be specific about your own establishment. Look at your own establishment. What are the things that you think are the human factors that are hindering you convert organic agriculture? So Leslie, Columbus, the floor is hers. Open the mic and just jump in.
Okay, I think on my side, there are several issues. Key being the non-belief of the people around the area, whereby people have been so much used to conventional farming, to such an extent that anything else besides conventional farming is unacceptable. They say it takes long, it's got low returns and the like. So it's organic agriculture is actually poorly researched. And as a result, whenever one talks about it, all they talk about is the negative sides of organic agriculture. Then the other one is actually that lack of knowledge in organic agriculture. It's still in its infancy, and a lot of people don't really understand it, such that even trying to get the workers to pull through, it's actually a tall order to try to convert their mindsets to accept organic agriculture as a way of production, as opposed to what they've been doing. Then the third one is actually the market factor, whereby there's no premium price is being paid for organic produce in the country at the moment. And you just have to compete with conventionally produced goods. And now in terms of volumes, you always be having lower volumes than those guys. And the other factors are really not considered as to the quality and stuff like that. Yeah, I think those are the areas that I can think of right now.
Thank you so much. In fact, I resonate with you when you talked about the workers trying to push them. I also have had that challenge here, and they will tell you that to use chemical. I mean, it's so difficult for them to understand. And when you talk about pricing, we're going to look at that in week 3, and we're going to talk about the local certification. There's local certification, which is PGS, and anybody can set up PGS. So we're going to look at that extensively, and that can give a lot of the farmers premium on their produce over the conventional price compared to export. We know the export markets, the certification is third party, but for the local market, it is called PGS. We're going to discuss that extensively in week 3. So that's just by the way. Any other person that wants to jump in?
Okay. So I would say there's an issue with people thinking organic will not produce a lot, looking at the number of fruits you get. And so they think that doing organic farming, you not have a lot of yield, which will affect how much you gain. And also the workers will see it as more tedious if they have to control weeds by weeding every time. If you are not using weedicides, they'll think that it entails a lot of work of weeding as compared to just using a weedicide to clear the weeds, or using just chemical fertilizer to improve the soil, having to do composting and other things. They see it as a lot of work. So that, and then also thinking that at the end of the day, you're going to have poor yield is some of the hindrance.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, Leslie. The challenge, human factor, people don't want to shift their mind. When we talk about the yield, that is where we're going to focus next week when we talk about production rules. What are the agronomic practices that will help us that our yield will be the same or even more than conventional practices? And then mindset, how do we train the mindset? This is part of what we're going to discuss by the close of business today and by next week Thursday. How do we change the mind of the people so that our workers and the people we work with can begin to see organic agriculture as the way forward? Thank you. Who else? One more person, then we continue. Cleto says cost of production. Cost of production, I wish you can speak about it, because cost of production in organic, in which aspects, like in which area? Is it in terms of labor, in seeds, in terms of seed? Cost of production is huge. It's a big face. So I would have loved if you could have been able to speak to look at the cost of production. I think one of the things probably you're looking at is the cost of production in terms of weeding, but that's also what we look at in week 2, weed management practices. How do you control it in terms of mulching, in terms of cover cropping and things like that? Those are what we look at in week 2. Columbus, you raised your hand. Over to you. Then we'll move on.
Yeah, the other factor that I'd omitted was the issue of seed, availability of organic seed. It's not readily available. If it is, it's in very small quantities. And so at the end of the day, people are actually being compelled to grow some hybrid seeds, and some of them could actually be genetically modified, and one wouldn't know, but that's what is available, and you would actually be looking at producing something.
You are totally right. We have very few, especially in Africa, and for horticultural crops, we have very few organic seeds, except those seeds that are indigenous to us. And some of them, they are already not, because they don't label as GMO. You find out at the end of the day there might be. So one of the things that we also need to do is, and we encourage, is that you seeds and seed sharing among farmers. I know in some countries like Kenya, they're having laws that are banning even seed sharing and all that. But in a community, you can still exchange. It depends on the name and the way you call it. That would determine if the government to have issues with you or not. And we need to have seed banks. We need to start having seed banks. Even within our farmer groups, we need to start having seed banks. Let's save seed. Let them put a section out that they will be using to cultivate crops for seeds over time. So we try to move on to the next topic, which is, we're not looking at the human factors on the large scale now. At the end of this sequence, we're going to identify the factors that motivate the adoption or abandoning of conversion to organic agriculture. We're going to evaluate our values. We're going to establish the link between our personal values and the principles of organic agriculture. That is why I spent so much time explaining the principle of organic agriculture. It links to everything that we are going to do this week and in the coming weeks. So if we look at the introduction that I have put here, it says conversion to organic farming describe the process of learning and implementing changes on the farm towards a more sustainable and natural way of farming. The process, it's a process. So you don't rush. You have to plan that process. It's a gradual process. You don't rush and say, I want to convert and we are going to start like that and we are going to do it. It's a planned process that has to be on paper. It has to be discussed. Everybody needs to be carried along. Everybody needs to be informed what you want to do and why you are doing it. When people understand the why, many a times people do not cooperate. People are not able to flow along because they don't understand the why. The why is very important. Why are you converting to organic agriculture? Why do you want to do organic agriculture? This why has to be over and over, be educated, be informed to our workers, to our colleagues, to all the stakeholders that are involved with our establishment. When they understand the why, they will gradually, that's why it's a process. They will gradually buy into it. They will gradually flow into it. So we need to have a plan. And this we also discuss on Thursday. You need to have a plan. Your plan has to be open. It has to be flexible also. It cannot be static. So the form it takes depend on the goal of the farmer and the local environment, and it will consider reviewing the entire production system. So you cannot review plant production and not review your distribution. The entire chain of production has to be reviewed if you want to convert into organic farming. So for conversion to be successful, changes must be made at the social level, the technical level, and the economic level for you to be able to convert successfully to organic. And the decision to convert is governed by many factors, not solely based on expected profits maximization. We have so many factors that we are going to look at in the next few minutes that is going to be a barrier or that is affecting conversion into organic agriculture. These factors are called barriers. Some people call them barriers, some people call them factors. And when they have negative effects on conversion, they are called barriers. When they have positive effect on conversion, they are called motivation. That means it helps, it's improving, it's helping that farmer or that group to continue to convert to organic agriculture. So factors and their determinants. Who determines this factor? Who is responsible for this factor? So the first one is human or social factor or cultural factor. It is the operators, it is the producers that are the determinants. They are the ones that are responsible for these factors. They are the ones that need to change their belief system. They're the ones that needs to adjust their production cycle. They're the ones that needs to adjust and look out for new knowledge, new technology, ways of doing things. So they are the determinant factor for human or social factor or cultural factor. When we talk about technical factor and economic factors, who are the determinant? It's the farm activities related operators. These are the determinants, not just the producer or the farm hands, the stakeholders, anyone that is connected with the farm activities, the driver, the cleaner, all of them are the ones that are determinant to the technical and the economic factor of conversion. When we talked about the administrative or institutional factors, these are more of external related factors. All other stakeholders that are outside, they determine conversion into organic agriculture, how people are able to convert, or how slowly or how fast people are able to convert to organic agriculture. So we look at the human factors in the conversion to organic agriculture. Like I said, we have 4 categories. We have the psychological factors, which has to do with our mind, which has to do with how we think. Then we have our value, beliefs, and objectives, qualities, personal values, the norms of the community, the norms of the society, the norms of our region, our belief system, our religious belief system. All these are the second categories. Then knowledge and training is another category. Where are the farmers going to get the knowledge from? Are they well informed before they start? Do they have the capacity, the knowledge capacity to transit into organic agriculture? Then the objective characteristics, how objective, how open are we? How open-minded are the people who want to go into organic agriculture? These are 4 categories that we are going to fully discuss that determines the human factors in conversion to organic agriculture. Okay, now we're going to look at the first one, the psychosociological factors. It is both psychological and social. We're putting the two together. The psychological, the brain, the sociological, this with the environment. These factors are linked to fear, or apprehension on the part of farmers, most of whom have a social origin. They're afraid because of what they have heard. A lot of farmers have heard different things. They have myths about it's not going to, some of what we have said today is not going to give me good yield. If I do it, I will not get good returns and things like this. So there's fear already in the heart of the farmers when you talk about organic agriculture. The fear of marginalization, that is being considered marginal, is also an important factor. If everybody in the community is not doing organic agriculture and you want to convert into organic agriculture, you can be given a name. It is even against the taboo of the society. Even probably the belief system is everybody must use this chemical at this time of the year to get this particular yield, or people must plant this particular crop, and you want to convert to organic agriculture. You know that this crop is not going to help you at that time for your soil, so you don't want to plant that crop. You might be tagged in that community as being rebellious because that is not, you are going against the tradition of the community. The gaze of others is a very important factor. How do people look at you when you want to convert into organic agriculture? Since it's omnipresent in all the farmers' choice, how will they look at you? People are very, people worry about how people feel about them. How will people think about me? These are factors that are already inherent in our minds when people want to convert to organic agriculture. People want to see other people. They want to see what other people are doing. Who has converted in my area? What is their yield? What is their experience? These are things that affect the sociological factors of people that want to convert to organic agriculture. The fear of change, the fear of the unknown. Oh, what is going to be the end result? Oh, what if I fail? Oh, what if it doesn't succeed? What if? So this, what if? How do I get the knowledge? There's fear already in the heart of people. So all these are psychological and sociological factors that affects people from converting to organic agriculture. And we can see it all around us. It's something that we have even said today. These are inherent, and it's not something that it will change immediately. And that's why we say conversion, it's a process. You have to have a plan. You have to be speaking to the farmers all the time. So we look at the factors that relate to values, beliefs, objectives, and qualities of the operators. Favorable perception, vision towards organic agriculture, or unfavorable towards conventional agriculture. What are these values that people have? What are these beliefs that people have? That's why like I said, it's a process. You have to sit with them. You need to understand, especially those who are doing group certification. If it's just your farm, oh, good. But if you are doing group certification, you are bringing a lot of farmers together. Then you have to sit with them. You need to understand their belief. You need to understand their values. You need to understand their objective. What is their mind? What is going through their mind? All this has to be documented, and that has to be spoken to in a process, and it has to be a gradual process. When we look at the environmental motivation, the environmental motivation for conversion to organic agriculture is sustainability and respect for the environment. That is the overall goal. But even if that is the overall goal, we need to look at it objectively. We need to let people be able to believe in it. People drop, for example, in Ghana, people drop sachet water leaflets on the floor, and I ask them, and somebody will pick it. Somebody is responsible to pack it. People's mind has not been linked that this, at the end of the day, is going to be washed into the water bodies, and is going to affect the water bodies. It might even affect the drainage, and it might cause flood. These are how we are supposed to speak to the mind of people to link these factors together, and so that they will see it from a bigger perspective. Membership in an environmental organization also, it's a motivation. You can, even in that farmers group, you can form an environmental organization. You can reward the farmers who are doing better than the other. You can give them different incentive. Incentive does not necessarily mean money. Probably you can have incentive that, okay, we're going on a tour. So it is the farmers that are doing ABCD environmentally that will be taken on this tour. They will all, be encouraged that they want to do it. So we have to create environment. You have to create incentives that will help these farmers to be able to transit to organic agriculture. Also, importance of human health. When we talk about environmental, we talk about human health because we are the product of the environment. Negative perception on the use of phytosanitary products on the quality of the products. People don't believe that it is so harmful. People don't believe that it is so harmful when you use organic, when you use synthetic products. They believe that there's a saying in Ghana that die not die. Like it's something that will kill you at the end of the day. So it's people are eating all the time and they are not dying. This what I have been producing. People have this negative perception that it doesn't do anything or it's not that harmful. People don't even read the label. They don't know how toxic these products are. So human health is not a factor to them. Willingness to protect human health, self and own family. It's a motivation that makes people, one of the factors, belief system that makes people to consider that they want to go into organic agriculture. Some other people are not considering other people's health. I have seen farmers that what they produce, what they want to eat with their family, they don't spray them with synthetic products. And what they want to sell to the market, the open market, they spray heavily. So in as much as they know, I always tell them, it means that you know that these things are harmful. So if they don't want to eat poison, the way we call it in Ghana, we call all synthetic products poison. If they don't want to eat poison, then they shouldn't poison to other people. So this is one of the factors that convince people to actually try to convert to organic agriculture because they do not want to give synthetic product to their families. So we look at motivation related to a challenge, desire to achieve professional and personal goals. How do I convert? People want to convert, but they're also looking at the economics. They're also looking at their work. An agronomist that knows what to do organically, but is also looking at, I need to meet my target. I need to be able to deliver to my boss. I need to be able to tell my boss that I know this job. So all these factors are things that determine whether people will convert positively or they will be motivated to convert or they will have barriers in conversion. Desires to have positive and proactive role in the agricultural sector. This is another motivation, like I've explained. People want to go higher scale in their job. So it might be a challenge for them to say they want to convert their farm or they want to encourage their farm owner to convert to organic agriculture, even when they know it. So characteristics of quality of an operator that wants to convert to organic agriculture. They are curious, they are creativity, enjoys a challenge, willingness to take risks. If you as an operator will convert to organic agriculture, you must enjoy challenges because there will be challenges on the journey. So you must already prepare your mind that, or you must have that characteristics that you enjoy challenges and you are able to face the challenges. A desire for innovation, that you know you are innovative, you want to try different things, you want to develop your own technology, you want to have alternative techniques to doing things. Motivation related to a desire to return to the profession of farmers, and not just a business person, but a farmer, because a farmer is, yes, we are saying agribusiness, but we must not erode that farmer knowledge. We must not enroll that, we must not remove that farmers' status in agribusiness, because it is very important when we see ourselves as farmers, as custodian of the soil. If we see ourselves as the custodian of the environment, which farmers are, then we'll be able to, it will motivate us to work in a professional manner. Then also we look at the favorable perception of conventional agriculture. The belief that conventional farming practices are sustainable. People believe that conventional farming are sustainable. Oh, I can use this, I can use that, as long as I use good agricultural practices. These are motivations, or these are objectives that does not encourage people to, to convert to organic agriculture. So we look at the economic objective: stable and secure income, profit maximization, improve operation for the next generation. These are positive motivation that allow people to go into organic agriculture. Look at the export market. People believe it is a higher return. Even in the local market, if you can design your group, if you can design your farm, and you have your certification, and people can trust what you do different opportunities, you bring in different opportunities in which people can actually be able to make money positively, then they are able to convert, and they are able to speak to the other farmers to convert to organic agriculture. The belief that organic agriculture requires more work, we have said that. It's one factors, economic factors, that does not allow people to want to convert into organic agriculture. They believe a lot of manual work, manual intervention will be involved. And so this is a negative barrier that people do not want to convert economically to organic agriculture because of the time that they use. Okay, we look at knowledge and training and knowledge. Lack of knowledge or inadequate training defile people, put people apart from converting to organic agriculture. This lack of training on the part of farmers is an important obstacle. Many people try to convert to organic agriculture. They start, but along the line, they have issues, and then they switch back to conventional farming because they lack adequate training. Organic agriculture is evolving, it's not static. You have to keep seeking knowledge. You have to keep educating yourself. You have to keep looking for new ways of doing things. And this is how we can continue to increase the number of farmers in organic agriculture. If you know something, if you develop something, share it with other farmers. Don't keep it to yourself. This particular belief system is very important, is rampant in Ghana. Excuse me. Many farmers, they develop something, or they come in contact with one knowledge. They keep it to themselves. They don't want to share it. They believe that if they share it, the person also will know it, and then maybe will be selling more than them. So they want to first of all sell a lot. It doesn't work like that in organic agriculture. The more you share, the more you want to know in organic agriculture. Lack of support and access to information, it's a barrier. It's not a motivation that it's helping people to convert to organic agriculture. The need for manpower expressed in a general way reflects a lack of information. So when we talk about all these issues in a general way, manpower is being reflected in a general way. Even when we talk about training, how many people are knowledgeable, and those who are knowledgeable, how many are they? So there's still lack of manpower in that area. So, I mean, those who are really technically in agriculture, there's still lack of manpower in that area compared to the number of organic farmers that we have. So the lack of manpower, even in terms of the field work, lack of manpower in the agronomic sector, lack of manpower in the marketing sector. In all the sector, there's lack of manpower. And so we need improvements for people to be able to be encouraged, to be motivated to convert to organic agriculture. When we talk about factors that is related to the objective factor, we talk about certain objective. Well, general educational level, the operator's level of education has a positive or negative effect on the probability of conversion. Probably if somebody is to some extent well educated, he can read and write, because most of this information comes in English. So it has to be changed into the local language. So we can say that might be a positive effect. And I've seen also those who are highly educated who are not able to convert to organic agriculture because they look at all the research and everything, but practically how this is going to work on the farm and give higher yield and help the environment and things like that. They are looking at feeding the populace. So they are into one area. They are not looking at it objectively from every angle. Age also is also another factor that can decide whether if a group of farmer or a farmer will convert positively to organic agriculture. The level of income also, when you want to convert to organic agriculture, you need some level of income. If you have a large area, especially for those who are doing export, you need certain income to be able to say you want to convert your farm to organic agriculture. These are objective characteristics or factors that also determine whether people will convert are motivated or it stands as barriers for them to convert to organic agriculture. In conclusion, determinants related to the operator are therefore of a very diverse nature, mostly negative. They are mostly negative. The people that we determine who, if an operator will convert to organic agriculture, most of the time the result is negative. So we have to look at the whole process for it to change from negative to positive. The social factor also seems to be very important. We cannot neglect the social factor. The fear of the unknown, the fear that they will be tagged, the fear of change, the fear of what it's going to look like. That is why I believe so much in demonstration farms. I believe in farms that are doing well to be a focal point to use to train others. Don't look at the farmers coming and stealing from you your innovation. What you are doing is you are encouraging them to convert to organic agriculture. Factors related to values, convictions, objective, or characteristics of the operator are not to be neglected either. All these factors, that is why I said that conversion is a process. You have to itemize everything that is needed. That is what we're going to look at on Thursday. What are the things that are needed in my conversion? What are the things that I'm doing right already? What are the things that I need to improve on? What are the things that I need to now seek? These are the to organic agriculture. There is no perfect organic farm. You are moving from one level to another. You have to keep improving, you have to keep improving, you have to keep improving, because there is always one innovation or one thing or the other that can improve your system. The lack of knowledge of organic agriculture finally induces factor notable. It's an induced factor that is notable, that is technical. A lot of knowledge in organic agriculture is technical. So we need to be able to break that knowledge down to the level that the farmers will be able to understand it. And this knowledge has to be translated into their local language. They need to be able to state. A lot of the knowledge also are informative, but they are not pictorial. They are not we don't demonstrate a lot. We talk a lot. If you want people to convert to organic agriculture, we have to demonstrate. We have to do hands-on practical. We need to show them, and we need to understand that it's a process. And so we need to be able to put this process in place so that people are able to convert. People are able to see the progression over time, and then they are able to be convinced that this is going to work. Motivations related to environmental convictions, the challenges of conversion, a desire for autonomy or to protect oneself seems to be important. So if you look at the environment, the environment is one good aspect that we can use to convince people as a motivation to convert to organic agriculture. If we talk about yield, or when you are talking to people about conversion, they will tell you straight away they are not interested. But when you come through the angle of your health, people want to be healthy. People don't want to be sick. When you come through the angle, people listen better. People will begin to reason, will begin to educate what they put, the poison that they put on the crops, how it affects their system, how it can affect their lungs. I mean, I always paint this picture to farmers that when we are asked to use synthetic products, we have to cover our eyes, wear a uniform to protect everywhere, eyes, lids, and everything. And I asked them that when you protect yourself, why are you not protecting the plants that you are spraying? Because at the end of the day, that plant is what you are going to consume into your body. So if you are protecting your body, that you don't want these things to touch you, then you should know that this is going to translate into your body back. So you must encourage I encourage them that they need to protect the plants because they are going to feed back on the plant. So the way they have protected themselves, they need to protect the crops also, so that they are not being infected with pests and diseases that can affect them. So we're going to go to our last breakout room session. And then in this breakout room session, we are going to look at our different establishments, and then we are going to discuss the challenges hindering full conversion to organic agriculture in your establishments. You look at your organization or your farm. What are the factors that we have currently that is hindering us from going into full conversion? And then we are going to come back and discuss this. This is going to last for, sorry, it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes, not 30 minutes. This is going to last for 10 minutes, and then we come back and then we close the session by sharing the assignments. Information about the assignment is important. So Ricky, this is how we are going to do the breakout room session. The person from Lakeside and Savimen will be on the same group session, because also this is also how they're going to be able to do the assignment, because we have been able to pair the groups, because we are going to present on Thursday, and we don't have a time for everybody to present one by one. So please, this is how we are going to go into the breakout room session. You can use the registration form that we have to be able to identify who is from what, who is from this, and then we divide them into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakout room section, please.
So what I want people to do, the room